Hey, you want to go for a ride?
No, thanks.
No, thanks. What does that mean?
I don't want to go.
Go where?
For a ride.
A ride! Hell, that's a good idea. Okay, let's go.
Alright, this is Motorcycle Vlog 1. I have no idea how this is going to work out, honestly. I got a external microphone hooked up to a GoPro camera.
You may find this hard to believe, but all this is for you.
Yeah, alright, well, it's Saturday. Been digging my new bike. It's a hell of a lot of fun. 99% of the time I'm driving through really shitty traffic because I live in a city that's packed all the time with crazy people like this fucking guy. We'll go down to Davis Square a little bit. You can see what the traffic looks like. I live in the Boston area. All the kids are back to school, all the college kids. The traffic's at least doubled where I live in the last few weeks. So it's finally getting into some nicer riding weather. I gotta tell you, I bought the bike back in June, I guess, and everything was great, except right after I bought it, I think the day I went and picked it up, we were like hit a heat wave. It was like 95 degrees and as humid as you could possibly get, and yeah, it gets hot, especially if you're wearing all the gear, which I am wearing all the gear. And so that kind of sucks. So I've been, most of my riding, plus because of the factor that I have to work, most of my riding's been early in the morning and in the evening when I can fit it in. Work has been a bear. It really has. And plus I had to get my daughter off to college, so that's been, taxing in terms of making sure we have everything done for her. I'm totally rambling because I'm an idiot. But
God damn, you were one small
yeah,
fuck.
you wind up learning a lot about motorcycle riding in general. Like, one thing you got to really learn how to do is to do the low speed maneuvering. Low speed maneuvering is really a big deal. You have to be smooth on the throttle, and you have to understand that at very low speeds, probably your front brake is going to generally give you too much brake to allow you to operate smoothly. So you have to rely more on your rear brake at slow speeds. The other thing is cornering. By the way, in the city, you can probably tell the roads take a beating here in the Northeast, so they're not exactly the smoothest, most beautiful thoroughfares to get on and to ride on. So that makes keeping a smooth throttle even more difficult. And you have a lot of things going on, so you got to really be scanning and paying attention to what the hell is going on and know how to deal with your clutch. Because if you don't know how to deal with your clutch, you're going to have problems in terms of being smooth with the bike, and it's really about being smooth with the bike in a lot of ways. Cornering, it's I don't know. I think cornering is one of those things. I have a friend that has gotten a bike recently, and they've been having a lot of problems with issues related to cornering, and it's really comes down to I'm just trying to get out of the crosswalk because those fucking jerk-offs need to cross. I hate pedestrians, and I hate people on bicycles.
You are a real man. High five.
But cornering is you got to trust your bike. I think bikes are way more balanced than people think they are. They don't want to tip over. So in a lot of ways, you got to get your tires scrubbed in. You got to be able to trust the bike and not fight the bike's desire to lean. Bikes want to lean because that's what physics is doing, and you can't really fight physics. So you got to lean your body. You got to understand counter steering so you can maneuver your bike, like, you know, get it to swerve like that. They forget that you need to pick a line when you're going through a curve or going through a turn, that you need to figure out where the entry point is and sort of where the exit point will be. And you know, I guess for some people that's just harder than for other people. Some people have that and some people don't, but you can develop it.
You're so fucking suave.
Is motorcycling safe? My answer to that is yes and no. I mean, inherently there are dangers to it. It's a matter of whether or not you want to assume those risks. So you decide in your life what kind of risks you want to take, right? So that motorcycling, you know, falls into that category. You got to, you know, decide what level of risk you'd like to assume, and then see if it's right or not for you. Certainly, there's factors under your control, not riding beyond your ability, your bike's ability. You know, that the kind of common sense shit. But then there's also stuff like, you know, like these guys, which I don't know what they're doing. But we're gonna get the fuck out of here. You know, don't override the conditions or your ability or the bike's abilities, and you'll be fine intrinsically on the motorcycle. Skill set just can't be you and your motorcycle. You could be fucking Evel Knievel on your motorcycle, but if there's, you know, as soon as you put other people in the equation, you change the risk ratios and you change the risk factors. So you really need to. Just pull into the bat cave here. Thanks, folks, for your attention and patience. And ride often, ride safe.
High five.